Let me guess where you're from.
Howdy. Please, head straight on in.
Let me guess where you're from.
Heart be pure, evil be erased, mind be purged, world be... I always forget that last part.
Let me guess where you're from.
Howdy. Please, head straight on in.
Let me guess where you're from.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Genshin infused water with ice is the most effective.
Let me guess where you're from.
Heart be pure, evil be erased, mind be purged, world be...
Howdy.
I always forget that last part.
Let me guess where you're from.
Howdy.
Let me guess where you're from.
Straight on in.
Let me guess where you're from. Let me guess where you're from.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Xingxin infused water with ice is the most effective.
Howdy. Please, head straight on in.
Let me guess where you're from.
Howdy. Please, head straight on in.
Let me guess where you're from.
Body and mind. crisp.
Let me read.
One with my blade. From whence you came.
Freshness preserved. Chill ammo.
Keep back! No, my sword! Take me back. Let me lead you. I swear by my sword.
A touch of frost.
No, my sword.
Stay right there. Let's go.
Body and mind.
Very blade.
Some quiet.
No, my sword.
Send this quickly.
One with this spells the end of the exorcists.
Frozen.
No, my sword.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Body and mind. No, my sword. Rain cutter. Barbados, guide us.
This time.
Swift and merciful.
End this quickly.
No, my sword.
I can't breathe.
Time to act.
Swift and merciful. From whence you came.
Bad.
Rain cutter. Rain out. I'm
I guess this is it. Stay right there. Almost.
I have failed.
The scourge of evil remains. Take me back.
Rain out. Time to act. Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate. Just sharpen my spear. Into the fire. Rain outline. Nice and spicy. Rain outlines your fate.
Yeah.
frostbite.
No, my sword! Time to act. Let me lead you. Nice and spicy.
Let's end this quickly. I will end that.
Nice and spicy.
This is bad.
Nice and spicy. Swear by my sword.
Time for flash freeze. Let's end this quickly. This is tough.
Let me weave it, body and mind.
This isn't good.
Take me back. Time to act. Time to act.
This quickly.
Body and mind.
This is bad.
Rain out into fate.
Counterattack.
Wind, hear me. Nice and spicy.
Let's end this quickly. This first.
No, my sword. Let me lead you a verse. Time to act. Get them!
Going anywhere. It's time for a flash freeze. Frozen. Let's end this quickly.
I have taught you everything I know. Water! Barely a scratch!
I slipped up.
My demon-expelling mantra is ready. I keep watching. Call me.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
you came!
Body and mind. Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! This is bad. Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, let's look around. There has...
Don't disappoint me.
present.
There's still a long road ahead.
We're going to hunt.
Hey, look! Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. No way! Just trust by... close to the Guizhong Ballista. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? No. Paimon may have... Oh, that's... Now that you mention it, we...
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. We're invited guests. No. Wait. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us. Now Paimon's mad.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come.
Forth, my blade! One with my blade, from whence you came!
Witness the power.
Take the target alive!
Keep back!
Lithic Triad!
Forth, my blade, from whence you came!
Who goes there? Attack! Take the target alive!
One with my blade, from whence you came!
Take this! Bested!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two strange people suddenly...
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade...
We're invited guests, here to look for the Lila Chisi.
Well, as it happens, I am...
Oh!
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't it...
Wow. Paimon didn't...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, it was fixed in a single night. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding?
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite...
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuhong, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least...
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone... Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've got... Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here... How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor.
Favor? But... Wait! That's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture!
Alright. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Li... Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuhong may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person. So, what should we get? Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person. Why don't we go with that for a gift? With a certain boom shakalaka, of course. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one. Slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one. Did you hear that? No! That was definitely someone... Uh-oh. It looks like...
Rain outlines your... Let me read you.
A touch of frost. from whence you came! Swift and merciful!
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell.
Aw, it was nothing.
I understand. Don't say that. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer.
Wait a moment. Actually...
Oh? And what might...
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like...
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we... Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss...
Great! Paimon Sugar Frost...
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him... Here, this container is itself an antique. With that...
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure. Please help yourself.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, it's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime!
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into...
Flying or not?
According to Kuching, excuse me, do you sell them?
Yes.
It's not convenient to speak of numbers.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but...
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grandmaster. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you...
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the...
Wait! Was...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhou...
You weren't peeking.
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason...
I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and you can see Goyun's stone forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the Seven changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Lee. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? Even in a new era, the Liu at Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come...
Ooh.
Why, you've kept...
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a...
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted, but the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Traveler? If possible, but if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. Well, I must say that I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurp. Indeed. It seems that you understand. I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right.
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return.
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you! One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy price! Just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one! Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Sigil of permission something? Aw, that doesn't sound like trick. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumor, but research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh, well, Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust... Anyway, before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
This gives good market insight.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And, they look really mad at us, too.
No, my sword!
Crisp.
From whence you came!
Flash frost.
Keep back!
Cold cut platter. It's time for a flash freeze. Frozen.
Rain outlines your... Let me read. Wind, hear me.
Chill to the bone.
This is bad. Well done. From whence you came!
Body and mind.
Keep back! This isn't good. Swift and merciful!
Rain outlines your fate.
Collect myself.
Witness the power of the one.
A touch of frost. Submit for justice.
Let's go. This should be fun. This is bound my duty. At an end.
announcements here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. What are they for? Paimon's seen this pattern before. Oh, Paimon knows! But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like... Oh, that's right! Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil of talismans like that were once used... Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous. And the plot thickens. Alright, that's enough sticking. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go!
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit?
It was so big!
Indeed. It's second. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more...
Oh, so you also met with...
She said the time of the Adepti has...
No respect for the Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members, although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to... It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her, then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be...
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me. No matter what they may be planning.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today...
Glaze lilies. But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Pink...
No. Though Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies, it is a sort of joyful flower that lists... Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct.
So how good is your singing? Really?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
It's time to sing. Whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? The flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is this because you sing a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Spirit Flame, attack!
I let my guard down. I let my... Rain cutter.
Swift and merciful.
Eat that!
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a... The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but...
Unfortunately...
That's so...
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Yangu? Who's that? You have completely... Ah! That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I...
Something seems... She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious act?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, so...
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those are... Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remain. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never...
So what do you think of this?
Huh? This... As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine but as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's...
Huh? Did you just say...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, Let's save that I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself.
We did.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really...
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to... If you would excuse me.
And that just about does it. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a...
I've had enough venture. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked...
Wow. See? Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
No, my sword!
Fatui? This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little, just to be safe.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adept. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this.
Things are taking a turn for the... I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse for...
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turn, he must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Body and mind. Time to act.
Wow! It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like a dream come true! Oh, right! Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely... Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you...
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just... stopping the more immense, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that...
You could... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the south. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her action. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come then, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Cowering already?
Witness the path.
Not bad, not bad. Possible effort.
Submit for judgment.
You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Keep back!
Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. You've got some skills. Attack the frog. Raging tide. Yes. No use hiding back there. All you do is run.
Force my blade. Spirit blade.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. And the Gnosis is over. Now! Don't make me take it from you!
Take it?
Wind, hear me! No, my sword! Let me lead you!
From whence you came! A touch of frost!
Barely a scratch!
Die here.
Keep back! A touch of frost!
You're cut above.
Look! Child's...
It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Señora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. even if our friendship can only be shown in battle.
Pretty sure that's not the...
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also... As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to...
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone...
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained... If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand...
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago!
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey! Those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo Archon to show its hand, but you as well... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, did we make it in time?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend... just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that... So will the power of the Qixing, Millelith, and Adepti gathered...
We've already discussed this together.
What? Wait, all of you...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millelith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you are made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Attach a spirit blade!
No slacking off! This should be fun! My duty!
Rain outlines your fate!
Let's move. That's it. Cook this.
That is Osial's divine power. I am... Be careful not to get hit.
Rain outlines your fate.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare you. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
I will end you.
One with my blade!
She's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't...
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Karst. Whoa, it's Madame Pink's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
My duty at an end. joy! We've only just begun!
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Gunny's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Strong body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them as battle.
Look at me. Just once more. Over here.
Submit for judgment!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right? The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started. At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued expansion, it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to... Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing... I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the four winds. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adept, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line.
Huh? Why does everyone look so...
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite...
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer... Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one... But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need... Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
I'm hungry. Let's...
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid...
We've come to see Zhongli!
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong... Last time we saw Zhongli was before we... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only... We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
And with that, the fate of the Gu Huam.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Señora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait! That's an exciting twist!
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was prepared...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it." I stood motionless among the crowds.
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of... The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Señora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot, I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. To come to the defense, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death.
Huh? That doesn't...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark!
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zappolyarny Palace and seek an audience with—
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all As for the bargaining chip that the Tsar... Uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Auto-reconfiguration is an essential function.
So, are you buying or not? Rain outlines your fate.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's...
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex...
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish...
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But, did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, see... Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded by our prosperity.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must... Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the...
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see fog. Name your price. You deserve...
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis.
And to think, but it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to... Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue,
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions. And here you are looking all...
Why would I not? Right. If the two of you can
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you want...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as position. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, yes, the nation, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will, this is what visions are. Magical foci.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the vision...
Vision hunt decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hand...
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is
Whoa, that's...
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. All right then. Was there anything... Well...
take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Jinshin-infused water with ice is the most effective.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Jinshin-infused water with ice is the most effective.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial arts to conquer evil. There are other means to the same end, but they are not the true way. I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Genshin infused water with ice is the most effective.